Like, a lot of these hoes come around Shamar and come around Tommy them and flop. Only reason why Tommy hate me is because I came around, I didn't flop. Tommy thought, okay, once I get Alvo out the way, I ain't got to worry about Alvo again. Tommy used to bully me and Shamar for being homeless. Then he used to bully me for the type of apartment I got. Tommy ain't the innocent in this. Tommy is a hater, and he prey on people's downfall. He be so happy when people, and Shamar be doing the same thing. Both of them, they be happy to see people do bad. I don't want to see nobody do bad. I ain't gonna lie. I can justify nothing that I do. And that's how, and it's a crazy look. People don't understand this. When you feel remorse inside your heart, you should be lucky. You should know that you still got a God in you. We all God. So the fact that you be feeling remorse in your heart, now you gotta go cover it up. Oh, well, damn, I feel bad for doing this. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway because he did X, Y, Z. No, you feel bad because you know you're not supposed to be doing it. Not right. That's why every time Tommy always gotta tell y'all why he doing what he doing or why he doing what he doing to Shamar. Because he know what he doing to Shamar is wrong. Yeah, I read Shamar for a reason. Now I don't understand what I've been through. Y'all don't know what Shamar did to me. Let me stop saying y'all don't know what Shamar did to me. Because every time I say y'all don't know what Shamar did to me, y'all swear I'm talking about the house in Virginia and talk about STDs. But I'm saying y'all don't know what Shamar did to me. I've been through a lot with Shamar. I ain't even getting to all that, but it's like, I know what I've been through with Shamar. He know what I've been through. And it's just like, and that's another thing, how ignorant people is. You can say one thing and people automatically assume the worst. But that's near here or there. But like I was saying, it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like y'all be on picking and choosing who y'all want to make the villain. And I just feel like everybody. So at this point, just pick your favorite person and just stick and ride with them. But y'all be trying to make me be this whole horror when I'm not. I do the same thing everybody else do. I'm truthful about mine, and they got a line cover theirs up. That boy Avery talk about something, oh, I didn't want to be Shamar man. You did want to be Shamar man. You did want to be Shamar man, Avery, because guess what? When I exposed the fact that you was in my DMs trying to talk to me, you tried to you said, oh, I'm with Shamar now. Oh, Shamar, my bae, on the new man. You kept saying you new man. Avery, you a grown 21 years old. If you know you didn't like Shamar or you didn't want to be with Shamar, then you could have told Shamar off the rip, Shamar, I don't like you. I don't want to be with you. I just want to be your manager, or I just want to help you out. You could have said that. When Shade Room Teens and all them blogs went to posting you would have told them, hey, Shamar is not my man. We just friends. I'm trying to help him and get to know him. You wouldn't been telling Shamar to buy you an outfit and buy matching outfits. You didn't like Shamar, but you liked the idea that the world thought that you liked the Shamar, was with Shamar so you can get them opportunities. You sat right there like a monitoring spirit, monitoring what Shamar was doing. You seen how me and Shamar was viral as talk of the internet every goddamn day. You seen how Shamar was popping. You seen how I was popping my handsome I was looking. You seen how I had that shit. You seen how I was able to start my model doing it before Shamar, but you seen how it opened up more doors for me. Then you start seeing how we was putting on matching outfits, how we was looking good, and you wanted that. You didn't want that because you wanted to be with Shamar, you wanted to better Shamar. You just wanted that attention, them comments, and them likes. That's all you wanted. So now you're like, oh yeah, the only reason why I didn't lay up with Shamar is because I told Shamar to go get tested, because every man I get with, they got to get tested. So if you go get tested and you always get tested before you get it with a new man and you always at the clinic, then you would have been able to provide test results. You would have been able to provide test results from recent months or from months ago. You never came on here and showed no my chart, no test results, no nothing. What you did was you already know the internet feel like Shamar sick. You already know the internet feel like Shamar dirty. You already know everybody look and view Shamar a certain way. So what you did was you created a narrative that looks the way the audience already looks and think of him. And people like you, I don't like. Because y'all play off of the people mind and then create narratives, and then everybody else be looking at the other person like, oh, this person wrong. Oh, this person doing X, Y, Z. And the whole time, yeah, this person might you, but the world already knew how this person was. You knew how this person was too. But you came and played on the innocent of the people mind and of the situation that was going on. Nobody said ain't no innocent. Avery ain't innocent. He knew what he was doing. He tried to do it with me. I'm a clout chaser. I'm the king of clout chasing. How a clout chaser gonna clout chase up a clout chaser? He tried to come do it with me. He seen he couldn't do it with me. And as y'all see, Avery was in my DMs in August. Before I even got with Shamar, I been was popping. I been had clout. I been had TikTok in the chokehold. I'm talking about I been had TikTok in the chokehold. Me at one point, me and Josh had TikTok in the chokehold, and like I been had TikTok in the chokehold. I been before Shamar. Why y'all think he came in my DMs, but he couldn't do it with me? Because he had nothing to offer, nothing to offer at all. Like he had nothing to offer at all. But my thing is, it's just like that's all it is. Like these so scared to tell y'all the truth. They be so scared to tell y'all the truth, so they play off of y'all minds, y'all hearts. Me, I don't give a tell y'all how I want to. Make money. So I come on here to bag. I come on here to make my coins. I come on here to give y'all a good time and give y'all a little good message and go by my mother business. I really been taking a break off the internet. I've been letting the girls play and run around, run free. Cause when I go live and I hit that live button, everybody gonna come tune into me and see what I got going on. At the end of the day, I know what I'm doing. I know how to play my role. That's why I'm at where I'm at now. I've been in the game for 3 years. When I came in the game, it was bigger than me, and I'm bigger than them. Tyra, no shade. Like, it is what it is. Same run me in the game, I'm bigger than them. Because I know how to play my role and I know how to play my position. And at the end of the day, I know that it's certain things you can do to people and certain things you can't do to people. And that's just the God honest truth. Like, a lot of these hoes can't. Even Trez. I ain't got no issue with Trez, but Trez, he used to hang around Shamar. He was hanging around Shamar for years. Look at Trez. Like, a lot of these hoes come around Shamar and come around Tommy them and flop. Only reason why Tommy hate me is because I came around, I didn't flop. Tommy thought, okay, once I get Alvo out the way, I ain't got to worry about Alvo in the game. Tommy used to bully me and Shamar for being homeless. Then he used to bully me for the type of apartment I got. Tommy ain't the innocent. Tommy is a hater, and he prey on people's downfall. And he be so happy when people and Shamar be doing the same thing. Both of them, they be happy to see people do bad. I don't want to see nobody do bad. I ain't gonna lie.
So this is a real crazy situation, and it smells like LeShawn all over it. I really think that this is just my opinion, and I'm just gonna say how I feel. Hey JC, happy Friday. I just realized it was Friday. I'm glad that I did a live, because sometimes I don't go live on Fridays because by the end of the week I'm tired. But I'm glad that I was able to come in and do a live with you guys today. I think that in my opinion that LeShawn is playing a dangerous game. I think that he's becoming more and more present in Shamar's life because he wants to take the focus off of people thinking that he was the one that took the money. Now, a lot of you people, hey, Crafty Fee, a lot of you people think, well, it's over with. You know, his money was taken, so forth and so on. Now, let me just say something to you. I did backtrack and listen to Shamar say that there was no case. The police didn't want to get involved. There wasn't any foul play, and it wasn't any force of entry. So the person that came into the house either had a key or knows the person, the victim, which is Shamar, and they were let into the house. So that's not warranted for a police report or an open investigation. So I'm kind of surprised that Shamar's telling people that there's an open investigation and that they're going to get down to the bottom of it. So I don't take sides. I only take the right side. Now, I did hear Tommy put in his story, where is the police report for this open investigation? There might not be a police report for the open investigation because Shamar did, in fact, say out of his own mouth that there wasn't no forced entry and there was no police report to be filed and the police were not cooperating with him. Now, I remember that vividly. So if that's the case, then there isn't an investigation. You can't make an investigation on the on the facts that have been presented. And if there hasn't been a forced entry, there's no case. And if they would make a case on those guidelines, everybody and their mother would be trying to file cases like that and try to get money back or items that were stolen from their house or allegedly stolen from their house. So we got to look at the big picture when we're listening to all of this BS that's being said up here on social media. And I want us to pay attention to what we're being told and what the truth is really. You know what I'm saying, Jessica? How you doing, Jessica? Pretty Peach. Yeah, this is just really crazy. Hey, SO chat and moderators. David Nation, stand up. Truth Official. It says, I think they should all stay away from Shamar. He is too much drama and got everybody's name up in the mess. I don't know why they don't believe Shamar said anything when he did say everyone's name. But you know what? Let me tell you something. He also, and I should have put that in the title, he had a fallout with 7. Now, I know a lot of you going to say that ain't no surprise because he has fallouts with 7 every time he gets a new boyfriend. And 7 don't like the boyfriend. But he was saying basically that 7 was saying that if he keeps putting her name in his mouth, Shamar keeps putting her name in his mouth, she's going to sue him. I think she has a problem with the fact that he was going around telling people how she was the one that paid for the airfare there and back for Avery. And I don't know what else he could have been saying that could have also offended her, but she threatened to sue Shamar. So there's a lot of drama going on. And you have to understand, when Avery was telling his side of the story to Tommythegossip, the only 3 people that were in the vicinity around the time when the money was taken was Shamar, the owner of the money, Avery, and Avery's friend. Okay? And LeShawn, which was Shamar's friend. So if they didn't take the money and Shamar didn't take his own money, who took the money? I told you guys prior to all this happening, LeShawn had Instagram popping, and I'm not gonna take it from him. He had some of the girls coming out. Some of the girls didn't like. You're not lying, So he did. Yep, he had some of the girls coming out on Instagram. Some of the girls didn't like Shamar, but they liked it LeShawn, and they was getting on to LeShawn's platform on IG, and honey, they was having some hot and steamy talk about everything. Shamar used to come on to them lives because it was popping. A lot of content creators was using it as content. LeShawn started to become content. First thing I said to myself was LeShawn hooking back up with Shamar. He was doing that because he was trying to get his name popping. So he started going live. That's what I was thinking. Then right after the money came up missing, LeShawn was going live, but he was acting weird. And he was acting really quiet. He wasn't acting like the LeShawn we know, who's loud and obnoxious and outgoing and talking about where, plans of doing like little, girl trips with the girls and this and that, and my man, this and that, and just being loud and just over the top. Right after the incident happened with Shamar, he actually didn't even mention about that money. And I always say, when people act in that manner, it might not be true that they're the ones that took the money. But sometimes your conscience can get the best of you. That's one thing that can keep you quiet, because you feel like you're walking around with a sign on your face that you did it. And I really feel like that's why LeShawn was acting so quiet, and he wasn't trying to speak too much about the situation with Shamar's money coming up missing and his entertainment center that was taken as well. But I really think that Shamar, without knowing it, is hanging around the enemy. He's hanging around trying to figure out who did this to him. And the person is sitting to me right next to him. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. Make sure you hit the like button. The like buttons are not adding up. It's over 200 people in here. Make sure you support the channel and hit the like button. I really think that none of this is going to be no surprise. Shamar's been getting disrespected for the longest time with these folks. You know, if it does come out, LeShawn in fact did take the money, you know, it's just gonna be like, oh well, for Shamar, he's gonna have to learn. He got to stay away from people, places, and things that don't serve him. But that's all that's gonna come from it. But I honestly think that LeShawn is scared. He doesn't know what could be the repercussions of if he is in fact the person who took that money and what can happen to him. They just said that Shamar lied and having something to do with it. Well, he hired someone to do it. Well, let me tell you something, Bonita. If Shamar did have something to do with it, he hired somebody. I hope that there was no money in that safe. Because if you hired someone to do something and there was money in that safe and they also took your PlayStation or whatever it was, you're not getting that money back, Shamar. You're not getting that money back. So I hope that whatever games that you're playing, for whatever your reasons are, maybe you're doing this to get somebody locked up, which would be messed up if that is the case. Whatever his motives are, I hope that he knows what he's doing and it doesn't backfire. A lot of things always backfire on Shamar. So, you know, I don't know who got in Shamar's head and would tell him to do something as stupid as that. But I hope that Shamar is playing it safe, because that's ridiculous. Yes, I'm not surprised he fell out with Auntie 7. Yep, he fell out with Auntie 7, trying to drag her all into this mess. And I guess she's like, no, I did you a favor and you put me in this mess. Now you want to sit on social media and drag my name, but only one's name you're not dragging. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that it's kind of weird how LeShawn is the only one he has not blamed. I feel they all should take a lie detector test. Something is off. That's what I said. I had a different title earlier, and I said the same thing. Something's off. It says Horse accused everyone except for LeShawn, and if she did, which she did, so what? That don't prove she took it. He was blaming her for no reason. That's a shame. If Shamar is being, it says behind this, knowing that he wrongly accused people means that he needs seriously mental health evaluation. Seriously, of all people, crossing is diabolical. But let me just say this to you. I hope that there's no foul play on the part of Shamar, because one thing, put a 1 in the chat if this is also concerning. For someone that's saying that this kind of money was taken from him, Shamar's not acting like a person that kind of money was taken from him. And that's another thing that's very questionable. I don't think any money was stolen from him. I just think the money running low. Right. I'm sorry, Shamar. If you are in the bushes, you need to come in here and clear up your situation, because it does not look the way you're behaving and the way you're acting. Even the first day when, well, let me tell you something. He let me know, like I told you guys, I say it every time we talk about this topic. He had reached out to me 7 something in the morning. That's before it hit the blogs and the vlogs that the money was taken. Okay. And he reached out to me and said that somebody took his money. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of messed up. You know what I'm saying? And I left it like that. And, you know, then I went live with you guys. And then I had remembered how I never got back in touch with Shamar because I was getting busy. And, you know, the day was going by quick and I needed to get some work done. You know what I'm saying? So that I wasn't left with work for the next day. So I didn't get back in touch with him until later on after I got off the live with you guys. But I just feel like the whole time that this money has been missing, Shamar's been acting like money hasn't been taken from him at all. And not that kind of money was taken from him, because I don't think that I could be calm if somebody was taking that kind of money from me. Hey guys, I had to get some watermelon juice. Okay, my throat was dry. I just got finished juicing my watermelon juice before I came on live. And I had to put it in my deep freezer so it could get cold quick. And honey, I was not waiting until this live was over, honey, to get me some watermelon juice. So I had to tell y'all to wait for a hot little second, honey. My throat was a little dry. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button. You know, whatever's done in the dark always comes to the light. And, you know, if there is like some truth that, you know, this was a setup and maybe Shamar was involved in it, what was the setup for? Like, are you trying to get somebody locked up? And, you know, that's not how you do things. Excuse me, I just took a little swizzle of my watermelon juice. That's just not how people do things. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you can get somebody in a lot of trouble and mess up their livelihood. You know what I'm saying? Putting them kind of blame, the blame game on somebody else for those harsh allegations of something missing in that large sum. And, you know, that's also a felony. So if somebody gets accused that rightfully should not be accused of that money being taken and anything that was also taken out of his house that he's telling us was taken, and somebody gets accused and it falsely being accused, a lot of people can go down for that. On Tommy's live last night, he said somebody wanted to give Shamar his money. I don't think it was LeShawn. Oh, so somebody is trying to, and that is so funny you said that, because I said, I don't know, put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard it. I said, it's just better off if people just take a couple of dollars from his money. Don't take it all. Don't even take half of it. And then just give his money back. You know what I'm saying? Give the rest of his money back. Just take something from it. Not, you know, don't take no half of it or, you know, crazy amount, but just take something of it and give it back. So that, you know, we can debt this. Because if somebody gets in trouble for this, it's going to be on. Shamar is running out of money. So it makes sense to plan this whole fake robbery. Says, I don't know. I really think he stole that money. I really think he did too, but that's just my opinion. We all thought at first Avery stole the money. And the only reason why Avery's off the hook, I guess, is because he went on to Tommy's live and he said that LeShawn took it and everybody ran with it when he told his side of the story. So that's the only thing got him off the hook. You know, says how LeShawn stole the money when Shamar called him and said, "Can I spend that night I lost my key at Avery's friend's house?" I didn't even notice that was Messy Dog. Ooh, child, my eyes are bad. Because he couldn't get in his house. It says Shamar and LeShawn set it up. They said LeShawn, the fraud god, allegedly. Messy Dog, over here, what we put up, and I think you saw it. Maybe you was in the bushes. All statements are alleged. I don't know who sold the money. I'm just talking on people's behaviors. And the behaviors of people's behaviors after this money came up missing, to me, just seems to be different. And that's why I spoke on what I said in my opinion. I first said Avery, I believe, took it. And whoever that guy was with Avery. Then as I dig deeper, I started seeing that there was something that was off. And that was that LeShawn had Instagram popping. He started coming on his own free will on his own channel, and the girls started coming on to the platform, including you, Messy Doll, and Shamar. Even if they didn't like Shamar, they would come on there, they would get into a little, you know, whatever, and then that would be that. And everybody was just having a conversation. It was bringing content to the sector from these conversations, arguments, you know, people getting along, people doing this, people doing that. And then soon as Shamar's money came up missing, it just seemed different. So that's what I'm speaking on. I'm not there in the flesh. So I don't know who took what. But Avery told Shamar to leave his money. Don't take all that money. Then Avery, the one, went in the first to tell Shamar the money. I mean, Shamar, the house was broken into. All of it just, it's just, all of it's just crazy work. I don't think it was LeShawn SO. Well, we'll see. Why did LeShawn ask him how far away he was? Horse said 55 minutes. You're bad, Jessica. She said horse. Messy Doll lies too. He ain't innocent. Oh, no, Zaddy didn't say that. Tommy had a record from Auntie Seven saying she only took Shamar to the bank and Home Depot, so she cleared. Shamar lied about the robbery. LeShawn's there were Shamar trying to make sure Shamar don't run. Hey, LaToya. And Tommy don't know nothing. Only thing Tommy knows is with Shamar go live and say he knows nothing about the boy. Now I can admit, Messy Doll, that Tommy, and I've been said this, put a 1 in the chat. I will admit that, we can't stop going on the fact that Tommy was friends with Shamar. Tommy's not friends with Shamar anymore. So he doesn't honestly have the tea. He's getting the tea like we're getting the tea. When Shamar gets into his feelings, he might put up a video and he talks too much and tells too much because he's mad, and he might delete the live. If you're lucky enough to keep it, you could put it up. There goes your content. Okay? You're hearing it from the horse's mouth. He's getting the information from the same place we're getting the information from. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I do agree with Messy Doll on that tip, because I say it all the time to you guys. I'm like, listen, I ain't got no beef with Tommythegossip, but one thing I'm going to make it clear at all times is I'm not going to let nobody pull no wool over my eyes and make me think that they got the exclusive tea on someone they're not even friends with anymore. That just does not make any sense to me. That's just my opinion. It says they could have played a part, even Messy Doll. Somebody, Buck Wild said you heard that, Messy Doll? They all could have played a part, even Messy Doll. I think Tommy and Kay play a part because Tommy said it wasn't no 60K in the safe. Now he knows that. How does he know that? Yeah, I said now that he knows that. Girl, I'm all sound like I'm hooked on phonics. I really wish they'd wrap this mess up. Well, it's not going to be wrapped up because whoever did it, unless if that's even true that somebody's willing to give back the money, that's the only way it's going to get wrapped up. But who knows that that's even true? You know what I'm saying? I've caught the whole crew in lies. You know what I'm saying? So, Alvo lies like a son of a bee. Shamar has his tendencies of lying whenever he feels suit. You know what I'm saying? So, the whole crew lies, and it's for their own reasons. Hey, if you like it, I love it. Messy definitely had parts. Messy Doll ain't nobody's friend. If you remember how quickly he turned on Shamar, he needs to leave all them alone. Tommy always shows proof. It says why you should keep an enemy on an enemy and a friend on a friend. It says it was $22,000 in the safe. Why would he have that much in the safe though, Messy Doll? Why? Woo, child. Wow. $22,000 in the safe, in the house. Now, I can only see somebody leaving that kind of money. I have left more in a safe, $70,000 in a safe at home. But I don't live like these people live. And I'm mature enough to not brag about having that much in my house, at the time when I had that kind of money, to my disposal, and I had money in the bank too, but I'm saying money in my house, and that was the most I've ever had in my house, in my safe years ago, but it's not like I was going around telling people. So that's the difference between me and Shamar. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button, please. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I appreciate y'all coming on Friday, kicking it with me. I also appreciate y'all coming, today to kick it, because it's an early live, and usually people like the late lives, and I'm not doing a late live. So I'm just really glad that you guys still came through to hear what was going on and the updates and all this mess that has not still been resolved, but we're still talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. People forgive each other sometimes. They need to talk, take a lie detector test, including Shamar. Messy doll, how you know? Y'all are so bad. Messy doll is part of the circle. And, I can take some of Messy doll's word for a lot of things only because he's in the circle. And I think I'm going to have a seafood boil. I know I just brought that up, but hey, I'm bringing it up. I'm doing a seafood boil today with the shrimps and the mussels. That's what I have a taste for. Messy doll, Today's Friday, too. That's my excuse to have seafood. How about that? Too many people know his business. None of them his friends. Yep. I agree with that. He needs to move and don't give none of the messy meals his address. Yeah, that's crazy. It was money in the safe, but not no 60, allegedly. Well, that's good to know. And somebody also has said that he still had 30,000 or something in the bank. So, but I'm gonna tell you something like this: 30,000 and 22,000 is what? 52,000. I'd rather have 52,000 than 22,000 short. That shouldn't have taken place. That goes to show how irresponsible and disloyal people are. And just don't care. They're carefree about people's feelings. And that's messed up. That should not have went down like that at all. And it only is happening to someone that they feel as though that they can take advantage of. And I don't like that. And that's how I feel about it. I feel like, they feel like that they did this to someone that they felt they could take advantage of. And I don't like that. Whoever it was, put it like that. I'm not responding to no groupies in the chat. Let me see. LeShawn was the brains. I think he knows LeShawn played a part in it, but afraid to say so. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that yesterday, because when he involved everybody else in the circle, he left LeShawn out, and he probably is a little bit intimidated from what could happen if he says LeShawn did it. I don't know. It's messed up, whatever which way you look at it. I think Shamar getting bullied by LeShawn and scared. And I thought that too. Always remember, because people are entitled to their opinions, and I certainly cannot stand people who get mad when you put your opinion out there, but their opinion's supposed to be A1. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. We can agree to disagree. That doesn't make you a bad person or me a bad person. It's just that we don't see things the same way. That's all. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what we have to all understand. There's nothing wrong with that. Us disagreeing with who took the money and who didn't, and who we're blaming that took the money, and who may have took the money. At the end of the day, what the facts are is the money's gone. And at the end of the day, I ultimately blame Shamar. Shamar was up on, put a 1 in the chat. Shamar was up on these videos sometime going into Tommy's lives. You know, he has every right to say whatever he wants to say to Tommy. Tommy talks about him as well. But he was showing large amounts of money that obviously was at his home. So it could have been a stranger. It could be somebody he knows or an associate that could have got an itchy finger and said, I'm going to try and get some of that money. That's why we cannot put ourselves in these kind of situations, because these are the things that can happen. I almost lost my mind when he said messy doll. Oh yeah, he said messy doll. He said messy doll, and Shamar. We know how Shamar is, So he said that, but he's still cool with messy doll, and I don't think at this present time he thinks that messy doll took his money at all. So I can't confirm that. Matter of fact, he gave messy doll credit on a live that I put up earlier, where he said that some of you bloggers try to be like how messy doll is, but you're nowhere near like messy doll. So he gave him a compliment. So him and messy doll are cool. So we're not gonna, run with the narrative that there's something going on with messy doll and him. And I don't think that Shamar thinks at this point that messy doll took anything from him. And he definitely doesn't think LeShawn took it from him. But the big question is, if he doesn't think LeShawn took it from him, and he doesn't think that Messy Doll took it from him, then who does he think took it from him? Shamar is lying exactly why I haven't said nothing. Shamar shows everything on his camera. Why not the incident? Right. I don't understand. But see, he can't. In this case, they're allegedly saying they came through the back door. So, and then again, that's when you can stop to point the finger back at Shamar. Like, now all of a sudden, oh, they came through the back door. That's why you're not able to show proof that somebody entered your home and took your money and your PlayStation 5 or whatever equipment they took. Groupies, we're calling it how we see it. I pick and choose my battles, Zaddy. Because I'm an adult. I have a 33-year-old son, and honey, I don't have time to go back and forth and have somebody trigger me, call me a groupie, because I'm far from one. I'm a leader, not a follower. Okay? I shine on my own. I don't need no entourage to shine. I stay in my own lane. People get mad because I'm speaking my truth, and I don't care. LeShawn, if LeShawn had nothing to do with it, in advance, I will retract my statement. And right now, I can say if he has nothing to do with it and it comes out that it was somebody else, I apologize to LeShawn. That's something that a lot of people can't do or say that they'll do, because I'm a woman of my word, and it's not right to feel in your heart that allegedly that could be possible that LeShawn took the money, and then you find out LeShawn didn't take it, and just keep it moving. No, I would not keep it moving. That's not the character of what I stand for. I would definitely, public apology. Matter of fact, it wouldn't be a public apology, because I'm apologizing now that if it isn't LeShawn, I apologize in advance for thinking that you may have had something to do with it. But until that time comes, I'm standing on what I feel. And that's just the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? I honestly feel Avery really didn't know what was going on. Messy, LeShawn, and Shamar blamed him to throw everyone off. Yeah, because people be having him pay for things when he's out. But see, somebody in this chat just said a minute ago that Seven said all she did was take Shamar to the bank and to get some food. So Shamar sitting there saying that Seven paid, which that didn't make no sense either. She paid for the airfare to get there and back. Avery don't know who gave him the money. He don't care. He broke, busted, and disgusted. Yeah, he got about probably less than $800 probably now left to his name from that a little bit over $1,000 he got from supporters over on Tommythegossip channel. But other than that, Avery's trying to get in where he fits in. Shamar is a liar, and 𝗪𝗛𝗧 and LeShawn helped him. Frederica, I love you, sweetie. You something else. Right, Zaddy. It says 𝗪𝗛𝗧 thinks he someone, grown men in a bonnet, in everybody's business but his own. Oh, y'all are in here acting up today. Make sure y'all act up and hit that like button. Let's get them likes up to 200, please. We're almost there, actually. Thanks to everyone that hit the like button. Y'all ain't playing today. Y'all be kind of bougie and conservative with your opinions today. Y'all are just saying it how it is. They use Avery as a scapegoat. Now that's one thing I will say. Once I started like doing my own due diligence and started doing the devil's advocate and weighing things out, I said to myself, yeah, he definitely put himself in an awkward. And it was easy to do it because he didn't come with no clothes. He didn't come with no money. He came on a desperate mission, Avery did. So everybody knew he was already desperate. So why not use the desperate guy? He ain't got nothing to lose. He ain't got no money. He ain't even down here with no clothes. He claims that he was wearing the same clothes when he was around Shamar for 7 days, but taking showers with no money in his pocket. And Shamar had to, take care of him, his father's eating and everything else for the whole 7 days. You are right. And that makes me believe Shamar hired someone to do it because he's too calm. That's what I said too. That's why I said if he's in the bushes, he needs to speak up about the situation. He'll probably do a live later on. Shamar ain't one to bite his tongue now. Whatever comes off the tongue don't always got to be the truth. But he sure enough will speak up. Shamar just got to learn the hard way because it is definitely about to happen. Shamar's on his way to my city. Okay, Tasha. They tried to use Avery as the scapegoat. Straight setup. Ray Charles could see that coming, and we know he can't see. I bet Stevie never had to wonder. Jessica, you were bad. She said, I bet you Stevie didn't have to wonder. Ooh, child. Bonita Harris, why should Shamar wait to pay a person to get something back? It's not making sense. Shamar could pay cut. I don't know. It says, as a Pisces, Shamar way too friendly when none of them people has his best interest, just clout chasing and causing him problems, including LeShawn and 𝗪𝗛𝗧 and Tommy. Now, I can respect this comment because it's not a thing of let's put it on LeShawn and 𝗪𝗧𝗧. Because and also, if you took it a step further with the Alvo situation, throwing him in there too. I can respect what you said, Buck Wow, because it's not just 𝗪𝗧𝗧 and LeShawn that's part of the problem. Now, I'm not and that's getting off the subject of the money. I'm talking about just I don't feel as though they should be in Shamar's way or in his life. They should let him do what he needs to do to get Shamar right and stay out of the way. And just stay out of the way. Because I really feel like that he can do better without these people in his life. And that's just my opinion on that matter. Shamar definitely too quiet about this stolen money. He is. He's not acting like somebody that got, as they're saying, $22,000 taken. I thought it was more than that. But I also did hear that they were allegedly saying that LeShawn said, well, Shamar still got like $30,000 in the bank. So, and the thing is that's why this kind of money is being taken from Shamar, because why are people knowing the exact amount that's in his safe? They should know that. That's not his business. I'm quite sure you don't know the exact amount that's in LeShawn's bank account or 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗧's or Tommythegossip or Alvo's. Why are you telling people, hey, intelligent, why are you telling people this personal information, setting yourself up for somebody to take advantage of you? Shamar has so much anger, he needs to watch the company he keeps. Yep. That's just dangerous. They set it up, but all of them dumb, calling it a break in, but no forced entrance. Just bed messed up and closed dummy. But guess what? It could have been just how Shamar left his house. You know? It says Shamar isn't smart enough to hire anyone. Lashun is a bully and Shamar is scared of him. Lashun, LeShawn. I'm like, Lashun. Scared of him. He took his money. Shamar knows it. Point blank, period. That's so you're right. This could actually run someone's life. Yep. Trying to get out of paying the lawsuit probably, but that ain't gonna work. You know that ain't gonna work. We know that ain't gonna work. If he did that because he's not trying to pay that lawsuit, don't nobody care. That's a lawsuit that the judge made a decision on, and them people are not thinking about that Shamar got money taken from him. No. That's not gonna work. If he did that for that reason, honey, he got the game messed up. I don't know, but Tommy and Kay claims they have his stuff. What? Lele, I don't know, but Tommy and Kay claims they have his stuff. Let's get them up to 200 now, so we can get them likes up now. Thank you. I appreciate the ones that are in here liking. I hate that I have to ask for you guys to like the button, but if I don't, sometime I can get sidetracked and nobody will like the button. Hit the like button. So I think that Shamar needs to learn how to keep his business, his own business. I think that if they didn't even know he had 60,000 to begin with, even Alvo, because Alvo was the one that put that out into the universe first. He did that on purpose. And he didn't realize that was going to have an everlasting effect on everybody's mindset, knowing that he had that. Because it was at one point in time when Alvo was getting mad, he was just edging us on. And we were like, how much, Alvo? How much? Then he got real mad. And then that's when he said it was 60,000 that Shamar had in the bank. Tommy and Kay have texts and pictures from the hired robbers. What? Robert said that Shamar tried them. They were getting paid 500 each, but have not received their money yet. Wait a minute. Tommy and Kay have texts and pics from the hired robbers. Now I have to do a video today on Tommy K and Tommy the Gossip and K, and I'm gonna go check that video very well, okay? Because that's crazy. Tommy and Kay have texts and pictures from the hired robbers. Robert said that Shamar tried them. They were getting paid 500 each, but have not received their money yet. Wow. Now think about it. Put a 1 in the chat if that is true. What Tommy the K and them have proof on. Somebody had to put Shamar up to doing that to himself with a fake robbery. Am I correct? Put a 1 in the chat. That's not something that Shamar would just get out the bed, be a mastermind to something like that and say, let's do that. I don't know. Shamar is smart enough to orchestrate that a robbery. Come on now. I don't trust none of them. But who in their right mind out of town with no clothes? Right, exactly. The pretty gang. I said the same thing, but put it like this: Avery was at. I feel like this. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and because he was being greedy and thirsty, He ended up, they said, okay, Greedy and Thirsty, he would be the best alibi for this whole story. We can blame this all on him, just the way he came through. You get what I'm saying to you guys? Just the way he came through. With no clothes, no money. Could barely pay for the flight to get there, and he couldn't even get himself back. That's crazy. But who in the right mind goes out of town without no clothes? Nobody. You're right. Hearsay, yep. That's because we heard horse side of the story as well. Jessica is a trip. I might make you a mod. You a trip. Jen, I just said that. But Shamar said he left his key at LeShawn's as well and told people he think he did it. And y'all not connecting. Shamar told Kay he left it at LeShawn's house. Well, LeShawn, if he left his key at LeShawn's house, Shamar is certainly not saying that LeShawn took no money from him. It's just people like myself and spectators, you know, people that look at this content that are just putting things together. You know what I'm saying? We're putting things together from what we can go by, and that's all we can go by. You're absolutely right. That boy can't even spell onion. They all snakes. It says someone would have got hurt. That's crazy. LeShawn also asks how long you got before home. Yeah, I know a lot of people were saying that. Tasha, why he coming here? LeShawn is the only one that overly hyped and aggressive. Well, he's overly hyped and aggressive, LeShawn is, because Tommy's staying on people's necks. He ain't playing. And I think that LeShawn is like, I don't know. LeShawn, I just feel like the way he's overly aggressive about being, I guess because he's being inserted and blamed and the money being stolen, it sometimes can make you look guilty of doing something that you may not have did. But that's the way he's getting down. That's the way he's taking the information. He's going to Tommy's house. I heard allegedly the police was called, but like I said, last night I did 2 videos. I was going to do a 3rd video on the situation, but I got tired. I went out in the morning, had some things I had to do, and I got tired. So I left it alone. So right now, doing my due diligence on the back end and just trying to figure this stuff out. But yeah, LeShawn, he's very aggressive with this whole matter. He's wanting to fight people and everything, you know. So says yeah, and Avery said Shamar slept on LeShawn's floor because he should get in, and that's the. Let me say this to you. Put a Y in the chat if you guys heard earlier yesterday when Alvo went live. He was trying to get $20 extra so he could get into an Uber because he wanted to get his woman back, which was Shamar. Put a Y in the chat if you heard him when he said that. I almost gagged. And you know what? What's so funny is I don't believe that Alvo's even playing around about that. I really do believe that he wishes that he was back with Shamar. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Messy Doll when her threatened to pull a pew pew on me and rob me. I wouldn't dare trust him. Wow. This Shamar said it himself that he lost his key at LeShawn's house. Well, no, everybody heard that he said that he lost the key at LeShawn's house, but it just seems like all of a sudden, magically, people are trying to say LeShawn don't got nothing to do with it. But see, It's kind of funny how the police said there wasn't no forced entry. So somebody either had to have the key or was in the house and left one of the door, back, front door open, whatever, so that that person could come in. It was somebody you knew, is basically what the cops were saying. That's why they were saying there was no case to open or investigate. So, come on. Now all of a sudden they're like saying something different. LeShawn's body language reads a lot. That's what I've been trying to say, and that's the only thing I've been going by. To me, right now, he's going to the left with it. He's trying to go to Tommythegossip's house, which I think is doing too much to fight him, because fighting is not going to make you innocent. It's not going to take away people's whatever, how they're feeling about if you took the money or not. You're just going to get yourself in trouble like that. You know what I'm saying? But my point to everyone is he started acting to me quiet on IG. Like he just didn't want to have too much to say, but still go live to see what was being said while he was live. You feel what I'm saying? Messy Doll does lie and spin narratives. Messy Doll is a liar too. Says girl next door. That's why I think LeShawn planned it out. Because last night when they were online, LeShawn hurried up and called Shamar telling him to go get off live. I came too late. Hey, baby D. Yeah, make sure y'all get that like button. Hit that like button. So it's just, I don't know. I just think that let's get the likes to 200, please, before we get off. I just think that Shamar needs to stop telling his business. You need to ask Shamar why he don't say LeShawn, since that's your boy. Well, I already know why he's saying it's common sense. He probably just don't want no smoke with LeShawn. Hey, Latina. Supposedly, LeShawn's name was mentioned in the text from the robbers. Ooh. K played an audio saying he thinks it was LeShawn because he left his key in LeShawn's car. When he was confronted by LeShawn last night, he said that he didn't say it. Clean. Oh, so Shamar trying to do damage control, cleaning stuff up, huh? So listen, guys, I want y'all to have a happy and safe Friday. I want y'all to keep y'all's mouth closed on who you tell that you got this kind of money going on, so that they can stay out of your safe and not take your PlayStation 5, PS5, or whatever it was that was taken, and that you have a safe weekend. I want y'all to hit the like button on the way out. Also, make sure to share this video. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on option all. And also don't wait for YouTube to send you notifications. Just come out when you're out on YouTube looking around for content. Just come over to the channel on your own. Happy Friday. Beef tips and rice. That's what's up. Or can we have some steak fries or some Cajun fries? It says facts, Buckwild. I'm going to keep saying that. Because LeShawn said he had 30K in the bank. Yeah. So love y'all. Stay blessed, and I'm out. Mwah. Bye for now.